Hi Pisces, welcome to your reading for today. We're going to see what you need to know right now. This could be past, present, or future. You could be a cross watcher. Just take it how it resonates, all right? Now let's see what's going on with Pisces. What is going on with Pisces right now? Strength, the devil, and justice. All right then, and the star at the bottom, all major arcanas. Okay, we have Leo, Capricorn, Libra, and Aquarius. Okay. Well, I mean, it looks like you're going to have to be very strong to overcome something, all right? Because the devil is trying to overcome something. Or there's just something big that's happening right now here when it comes to justice. You're receiving justice in a situation. But I feel like whoever your opponent is, the devil, they're pretty strong. You might have a strong opponent, but we'll see what this is. Let's see, strength. The High Priestess. The Emperor. The Star again, and the Five of Pentacles. Okay, so you're coming out as the Emperor, I feel. High Priestess, all right? Someone who's a very strong leader, very intuitive, courageous, brave, decisive. You know what you know. You stand on what you know, okay? Interesting. But also with the Star, so inspirational, a healer, very intuitive, empathic, okay, highly empathic, but very strong. And with the Five of Pentacles, this is about the struggle. So it's like the struggle is what made you strong, okay? The hardship is what made you this strong. I mean, the Star also speaks of having hope and faith and trust. But I don't feel like it's in the divine as much as I feel like in this way it's about you, okay? So you know you can overcome any obstacle because you know that you have the strength to, or you know that you always have in the past, right? So you have a lot of faith in yourself, I feel, when it comes to overcoming obstacles. So why is the devil here? The devil on top of the devil. So you could have faced a couple devils in your life, all right? A couple of them, because we have them here twice on top of each other. So that's maybe also why you know that you're very strong, is because you faced very strong opponents as well. And you know you've overcome that. The Five of Cups. Sadness. Well, I mean, I don't think it's about sadness. It's about the 55, the obstacle, the hardship. Yeah, I mean, this whole reading is basically like, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Right? Or the fact that you've overcome so much in the past has made you this strong. Justice. The Three of Wands. Justice is coming in the future. The King of Pentacles. The King of Swords and the Ace of Swords. Okay. So we have two masculine energies here, and the truth coming out in the future is justice. Or you know that the truth always wins, okay? You could be, you could have seen that play out a couple times, that the truth always wins in the end. Or truth and justice is stronger than deception, than lies. Okay, so tell me about this, the Emperor here. The Nine of Swords, overthinking. An overthinker. The King of Cups. Okay, so that's you, Pisces. Yeah, that's like the water element, all right? So overthinking because you care so much. That's what that looks like. Empathy. Highly empathetic. Yeah, all right. So Page of Cups. Yeah, you wear your heart on your sleeve. Very strategic though, very methodical. I mean, this is just like this is giving me like a personality reading, if I'm being honest. It's like whoever you are, you're highly pragmatic, practical. You think long term. You take your time. You know, you're like a 5 to 10 year planner kind of a person. But when you do plan something, it's from the heart, okay? So you move through love, you move through that intention of love, but you're also an overthinker. Nine of Swords. The Eight of Pentacles, yeah, extremely hardworking, okay? Extremely hardworking. I don't feel like the Nine of Swords has anything to do with like, no, I feel like it's, again, it's just an aspect of someone's personality here that you tend to overthink things or get stuck up in your mind or maybe have some sort of anxiety, okay? Anxiety or stress. Yeah, but you're actually very focused on yourself. Self-worth, time to heal, self-appreciation, or it's from doing a lot of things alone. So that's what could have made you strong too, is that you're very resilient or you're very self-reliant, okay? Very independent. Or you know who you are, you're very secure in who you are. Brave and courageous. You know exactly who you are. You know what your strengths are. Self-absorbed narcissist. No, I feel like these self-absorbed narcissists are the devils that you've met in your life. Okay, you could have met a couple of them. Like I said, you've met a couple of bad apples or narcissistic people, or, I mean, the devil coming out twice, this could even be like psychopathic people. All right, you've met a couple of those. Hand of Cards, being strategic. Yeah, the games that they play. So you know the kind of games that they play as well. So you see through people very easily, okay? Because it's like you've seen it before, you've seen the games before. They tend to always play the same kind of a game because they're very predictable in a way. It's like most of the time, the things that they come up with, not original ideas, all right? The Ten of Wands in reverse. The Ten of Cups. All right, so you're a family man. You're a family man. This is what your heart beats for, is family. Your family, love, okay, community. The Peacock. You're a peacock. You're a special one. You want to know what this gives me? This is someone with like a very hard exterior. All right, someone who's like, you know, what they say, hard on the outside, soft on the inside. That's what this gives me. Okay, because you've been through a lot of pain. So something about you, you've been hardened by life. That's what this feels like, okay? You've just met a lot of bad people, so you're a bit hardened by life. You know that people are very manipulative. You know that they play a lot of games. But there's something here in your heart, very soft spot here for family and love, okay? Very, very intuitive as well, highly intuitive. Yeah, this is a leader. This kind of energy is like king energy, okay? Emperor energy, the emperor of an empire. All right, so what's up with the devil here? Justice and the moon. Yeah, this is like you knowing and being very secure in the fact that justice always wins. The truth always wins. You will always get justice for anything that comes to light. So this is also something you could have seen play out many times in your life, is that anything that's hidden comes to light. Anything. Nothing stays hidden forever. There will always be justice in a situation, or something has to be balanced out. The laws of the universe, okay? There has to be balance. Yeah, equal exchange, giving and receiving, okay? The Queen of Wands. Why is the Queen of Wands here? Or you just seen that you get back what you put out as well. I mean, this could be something about karma. Sometimes justice is about karma as well. Or you know that people always get what they deserve in the end. The Sun in reverse. Yeah, things that aren't seen clearly, or things that are hidden. So there's something about this in your energy, the Sun in reverse, or not seeing things clearly, not knowing all the answers. The Snake and the intention, okay, or a prayer or a cleansing, the intention. Or the day comes where all the snakes get burned alive, all right? Well, I shouldn't say that. The snakes operating in the shadow, okay? In the illusion. The day comes where they get burned. They always do. So maybe that's also where this Knight of Pentacles comes in, okay? Your energy of being very slow or slow moving is because, you know, things always kind of come out at some point anyways. I don't know. I get that strongly in your energy. That you're very methodical or patient. I should say patient, okay? This feels patient. Bad memories of the past. Corruption, something illegal. Why is bad memories of the past here? Control, codependence, obsessive, possessive, controlling. No, this makes me feel like, you know, the game that people play, which is if they have stuff that they're hiding in their past, or they have a bad past of some sort, they tend to try to control the outcome, or they try to put in certain blockages. I feel like you just know that people move the same way. Like they tend to have similar patterns. I mean, this kind of gives me, especially if you're highly empathetic and highly intuitive, you've just picked up on people's patternings that they have, okay, or the way that they move when they try to control the situation or the outcome of something. Patterns. This is about reading people's patterns or patterns of behavior, okay? I don't know why I'm getting like someone might have like a formula. I don't know if this is actually on paper or this is just something that you've come up with in time, is that you have like this mental checkbook of the ways people act when they're hiding something, or the way they act when they're trying to control something. Something feels very methodical for some reason. Clock, needing time, taking time, in time cycles. Yeah, because whatever you do, you've been doing it for a very long time. I feel like you've just picked it up over time, or they do it time and time again, or it's just a repetition. Like time goes on, but people stay the same, right? Time goes on, but at the core of it all, people still do the same things. They don't change much, all right? So why is that so important here for this King of Pentacles, King of Swords? In the future, the truth is coming out. And these two, so either you are all these people, or these are all separate people, okay? The Four of Wands, this has to do with a house, a property, a community, and the truth coming out in the future. yeah, it's something about how people try to get away with their manipulation, all right? I feel like you, whoever you are not worried at all. At all. Because something is predictable to you, or you can see what someone is doing from a mile away, so it's not like it's like a pattern of behavior that you've seen before. They do the same thing every time. People are predictable. That's what this gives me. The Three of Cups. People are predictable. People are predictable. You're just an overthinker, okay? Why is that so important here for Pisces? The Four of Swords, because you're totally at peace. Like, you're totally fine. You want to know what I think this overthinker is? I don't think this applies to every single part of your life. I don't think it applies to your job. I don't think you overthink things with your job. I think that you are very zen because you know people are predictable. It's always pretty obvious what they're doing. You've kind of figured out how people act when they're trying to control a situation. So with your job and your career, I feel like you're very zen. With your family and with love and your closest connections, that's where you are an overthinker. Again, hard outside, soft inside. That's who this person is. Yeah, I feel like you might have a very high stress job, okay? But I feel like when you leave job, you are not worried about it. You're not. Because you've seen it so many times that people just, they get burned. The snakes always get burned. Things always work out. But that could also be because of God on your side. Okay, I do want to say that. You could, because of this, look, the Emperor, the Star, and the High Priestess, you could be extremely, extremely intuitive and also tapped in to source or to the spirit, okay? I don't know if you realize that that's what it is, but you are. You actually are. And this is like an anointing of some sorts, okay? If you're the Emperor and the Star, then that is, for me, usually some sort of an anointing, which is like you are where you are in life because you were chosen to be there. Like, this role is meant for you, okay? You were meant to be this king here in this position. You're like born for it, basically. So you're giving me someone, you go home and you're like, I'm not worried about it. It's all going to work out, because you know it. Intuitively, you know it. You feel it, right? And also because God is working through you and making sure everything works out and making sure that everything comes to light, okay? It always does. But there's something here about the family aspect, or the heart, the Ten of Cups, the love, the soft inside. That's where the overthinker is. And it's only there. I can feel it. It is only in that aspect of your life, okay? So what else for Pisces? The Six of Swords. Moving on to peace, leaving something behind, calm. Yeah, very calm person. The Hanged Man. Slow. Slow moving, stuck. I'm not making a move until I see everything from every perspective. This is someone like you are very comfortable in this energy of, I'm not making a move. I'm not making a decision, because something always ends up happening. I'm going to wait and see what else happens, because something always ends up happening, because that's how it's been for you. Probably, I feel like this is career, your whole career, okay? You always know when it's time, all right? When it's time to cut yourself loose, or when it's time to make a decision, you always know intuitively. The Moon and the Ten of Wands. Yeah, people work their hardest when they're in the moon, all right? Or when things are hidden. Or you know that there's something beyond what you can see that is working hard in your favor, okay? This is like you being blessed by God your whole life, and you're realizing it because of the way that things always worked out for you, or the way that things always played out, or the way that you didn't make certain rash decisions, but then something ended up happening that kind of led you in the right direction anyways. It's giving me something like that. Like, you know that there's something there working, even if you can't see it. All right. Anything else for Pisces today? The Nine of Pentacles, Seven of Pentacles, and the Magician. Yeah, this is about your career, okay? There's something important about your job, your career, and your manifestation, the power of manifestation. But I feel like it has to do with like something about the way that your job works, or the way that it flows, or the way that you've always been able to manifest in certain results because of this patience. It has a lot to do with this energy of not making a decision, waiting, being patient, being methodical, but not because you have the strategy. It's more about the fact that you have some sort of trust and faith that something is going to work out because you've seen it happen. So that's where the manifestation comes in, right? You're literally manifesting your own success because you're having this trust that things are going to work out on their own, that you won't have to push something too far for it to unravel by itself. You know what I mean? This, in a way, in a way, this is like having blind faith in God. But I don't feel God presence so much in it. Like, I don't feel like you in the past maybe moved through this career situation like, oh, I'm just letting my career unfold because I have blind faith in God. That's not your energy. That's not what I feel. But it's like that. It's similar. It's like, I'm not going to take action now because I know something is about to happen. And I can feel it, that something's going to unravel. And I'm just going to let it unravel. I'm just going to see what happens. And that's this. That's actually your intuition that's guiding you right there. That's actually your connection to spirit, because it's like God is working through you, working with you without you even realizing it, because it's like the spirit realm telling you, wait, don't do anything yet. Wait a second. Hold on. Don't make a decision yet, because we're actually working in your favor on this one. And I feel like what carried you through this situation was the belief that things always come to light in the end, or that you've witnessed that. Truth always wins in the end, okay? So something about this is very strong. I don't know. Or maybe this is just a confirmation message for you. A part of it is like, Spirit might want you to look at this energy that you carry, because it's actually, what I feel like is happening here is that it's actually God working through you. God works through you, the Emperor. Yeah, you're blessed in some sort of way. You're blessed. You're very blessed when it comes to this position. It's like God is using you to do work for him in this position, because that's where you're needed. And that's why things just typically tend to just like work out on their own. That's what I'm getting. Things just work out. They always do. That's why you're so patient. That's why you take your time. Okay. Anything else for Pisces? The King of Wands. Okay. Sagittarius, or it's just the King of Wands and Temperance and energy. Yeah, something about balance, or you've been appointed by the divine here, okay? God is working through you. God has always been working through you. And this has to do with the Queen of Cups, somebody holding on to someone, walking away, trying to walk away from someone and somebody doesn't want to let go. 44, Four of Swords, Four of Wands, and the Ace of Cups and the Sun. Yeah, something about your heart, okay? Your heart, your soul. I feel like this is the soft spot in the middle. Okay? Hard exterior. Very serious. You give me someone you're very serious. At work, at your job, you're very serious. But on the inside, you're very warm and soft, okay? Sorry to put it that way, but that's the energy. No, I think Spirit just wants you to know you are exactly where you're supposed to be right now, okay? And justice is coming in the future. So I think I'm going to leave it there, Pisces. All right, this was a nice reading. Until next time, bye.